Welcome to our family sailing vlog aboard SV High Five. So this is our episode all about the launching of the boat in Florida, and I was stuck here in Ottawa, so I'm going to basically ask Mike a bunch of questions about how it went. So thanks, Mike, for being my subject for interviewing.
No problem. My pleasure.
So can you tell me what was it like when you first walked into the boatyard?
Well, when I first walked in the boatyard,
Welcome to Fort Pierce.
it didn't take me very long to see the boat. I mean, after seeing all the pictures and stuff, it was I pretty much homed in on it right away, and it was pretty exciting feeling. It was obviously it was on the hard, right? So it was out of the water and propped up on its blocks, and I don't know. It just felt like a bit of a dose of reality, I guess.
So you got to go right on board right away?
Yeah, we walked right on board. Very conveniently, the swim ladder folds right down. You climb onto the porthole that way, so that was awesome.
And you were with the previous owner?
Right, yeah, Kerry was there with me, which was perfect because I got to get the grand tour, and yeah, he was just exceptionally helpful, especially when it came to the nitty-gritty of getting the boat in the water.
So you must have wanted to spend a lot of time looking around, but at the same
We
time
did,
it was
a
your
little
launch
bit.
day.
Yeah, it was our launch day, so we didn't spend too much time, and they were kind of chopping at the bit to get going early, which we were supposed to be a couple of hours later, but anyway.
So from what I understand, there was like a problem with the equipment at the boatyard.
Right, yeah, so when we got there, they said, oh, let's get going early. By the way, the 50-ton travel lift is out of commission. We'll have to use the 150-ton travel lift, which is like a monstrously huge machine. Anyway, so thought that was fine, no problem, and they went to bring it in to sling the boat, and they couldn't fit it between the boat next to me and the building on the other side. So there's not enough width to actually bring the travel lift in to sling the boat. So they decided, hey, we have a, what did they say? Oh yeah, they had a hydraulic lift trailer. They could get under the boat between the hulls and then pick it up with that and then bring it out enough to get it under the travel lift. So anyway, so we said, okay, let's give that a shot. And so they brought it over and brought it under the boat and managed to scrape some of the bottom paint off the hull, off both hulls in the process, which was not ideal. And then it took us about almost 2 or 3 hours until we got it to a point where we were comfortable to actually lift it and move it. So they kept wanting to kind of lift in spots that we said, no, this is not a lift point, you can't do that.
So it's just a matter of positioning it in the right way?
It was a matter of positioning it in the right way, and so yeah, we eventually got it so that we were comfortable with it, and they managed to pick it up, and it was fine after that, apart from the couple of scrapes which they touched up with some fresh bottom paint. Anyway.
And you basically pulled it out from where it was by the building,
yeah,
so that you could access that other lift.
Exactly right. So yeah, they pulled it out basically right under the big travel lift, and then they could sling it. So they did that. They brought it out there, they slung it, and they went to lift it up, but they forgot to lower the back arms. So after they got the weight off, mostly off with the lift, they didn't lower down the back arms of the hydraulic lift trailer. So when they picked it up, the weight wasn't quite balanced right, and it slammed backwards into the lift trailer legs and bent both of the outboard props, which was not great.
So they were basically damaged?
They were damaged, yeah. Yeah, they were damaged to the point of needing replacement for sure.
And then on top of that, we had all these scratches on the boat.
A couple of scratches, a couple of dings.
And before we put it in the water, we wanted to try to fix those things.
Yes, exactly. So we ran around. So after that, they just left it on the sling, and I said, we're going to go to the dealer, and we're going to try to find some props. But they're really weird props that are like 12 inches in diameter for a level 9.9 outboard. So no one had any in stock. So we basically went back and said, look, let's just splash it anyway, and we'll kind of limp it slowly down to a spot on the dock, and then we'll deal with the prop swapping later. So
you're now off the hydraulic lift, fix the scratches, and then you've got it on this big giant...
We got it on the big travel lift, yeah.
Okay, and so then what was the next step?
The next step was basically following it along after it was slung. They drove it out onto their little launch point.
And so you just walked behind the boat as it was going? I walked behind the
boat as it was going at a reasonably safe distance.
So you didn't have to do anything about it?
I didn't have to do anything, no. It's all running on a remote control, and which was pretty neat to watch. The operator was great. He got it out on the right to where they drop it down. So that was the next step. And he very kindly sort of brought it out a little bit, so that the bow was really close to the concrete spot where we were standing, to let me and Kerry jump onto the boat and sort of grab some boat hooks and to get it down to the water.
So how long did it take to actually go from the point at which it was on the hard to being where it was about to be dropped into the water?
Like from the beginning of the whole event?
Yeah.
It's probably about 6 hours. Probably about 6 hours.
Okay. And then how long does it actually take to drop it into the water?
Oh, like 2 minutes, not even.
So he basically just lowers it down carefully.
Yeah, he just slowly lowers it down until the boat is floating, and we go around and check everything, make sure there's no leaks or no whatever. So that was about it. And then we had to drop the two outboards down because they fold up, right? So when we got in the water, we put the two outboards down, and the starboard engine started right up after being stored since whatever it was, April. And then the port engine didn't even try at all. Not even a tick. So we asked around, and someone had we fiddled with it for about 20 minutes. And anyway, so we got a little jumper box from somebody and managed to get it started.
So then the next step is they release you from the slings and you drive the boat through the water to where we're going to park at the marina. Is that the idea?
That's it. Yeah, we just sort of back out of that spot and brought it to the end of the dock.
And so how did it feel for the first time with the boat actually moving in the water?
I was pretty kind of nervous, I guess. But fortunately, I didn't have to drive. So Kerry took the helm for me and took the pressure off, so I wouldn't look like a complete fool, captaining my first time and trying to dock my first time.
So you ran around with the boat hooks, did the things that needed to be done?
Yeah, exactly. Threw some lines onto the dock.
But you were on the boat for the first time in the
boat.
water.
It was in the water and it moved and everything. It was pretty awesome.
And then what did you do when you got to the dock?
We tied off and checked the fenders and checked the lines and checked the fenders and lines again, and then celebrated for the rest of the evening with some beverages.
And so how did it feel to be on your boat, our boat, for the first time ever in Florida?
It was pretty cool. It was pretty surreal, I guess. I had a great night and was smiling pretty much all day in spite of all the complications, enough that my face was hurting by the end of the day. So it was a somewhat miraculous experience, I guess. It was nice.
Cool. I can't wait till it's my turn to check out the boat for the first time.
No kidding.
Thank you.